Before we start this video, I'd like to state that this is a re-upload, alright? And it was specifically two. The one in the number 1 spot and one in the number 5 spot. Although it was your right to do so, you're still getting punished by me in this video. So instead of having a clip of the anime, I am going to do something else, and you just have to wait and see. So let's get on to the video. Welcome back everyone to the Make Heady channel, and today we're going to be doing another 5 recommendation video, and I am sorry it's been like 3 weeks since I uploaded some, maybe 4 now, and I would have to say I'm sorry for that. And we're going to do it backwards this time. I'm going to start with 5 and go to 1 because I want to. Number 5. C cubed. This one is about weapons that have grown consciousness, and they have a massive curse on them. They're also known as cursed weapons, and these cursed weapons have a lot of drawbacks when you use them. And even on the weapon, when the weapon uses themselves, they have to follow this curse. But this one's about clearing up the curse with a young boy named Yachi Haruki, who is a high school boy who has a high resistance to these curses. And one day he gets sent a mysterious black cube and awakens to find a girl in his kitchen eating some snacks. I forgot what the snacks actually were. Oh yeah, they were those rice cracker things. Yeah, he then tells her that she can break this curse by simply living there because of all the positive feelings or emotions. Yeah, emotions that are in the area. So it will slowly break her curse. Or they have another more active way of doing it, which is by using his friend who is also a cursed weapon by breaking their curse. Out of all the lists, this is probably the one I recommend the least, but it's still alright. It's a pretty decent watch if you just want something to watch. It's pretty good. On to the next one. Number 4. Amidao Gakuen 35 Shiken Shotai, or Anti-Magic Academy 35th Test Platoon. Yeah, that is a long name. Anyway, this one is about a world that is plagued with witches and magical things, and they have these fighters known as visitors who fight these witches and magical beings with magic, no less. Well, not all of them use magic, but like there's a few that use these weapons, relic eaters, which they fight magic and pretty much are made by magic. That's what they are. And I guess you have to sacrifice your humanity or a piece of it so you can use them. And yeah, the 35th Test Platoon. This one's about a platoon called the 35th Test Platoon, and they fight witches. That's what they do. There's not much to say about it. I mean, there's obviously more to the story, but that's basically it. They fight magic the whole time. They do what they set out to do. Although there is some special things, like the main character, has some. They all have their issues, and I can't say much without spoiling it. So pretty much at the start, this girl named Otori was very rebellious or does not like to follow orders, but she's very skilled, gets put into this platoon, and she hates it at first. So pretty much the whole story, besides fighting witches, is trying to get the 2 new members to adjust to their life in this new platoon. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that one. Now, it's very good though. I'm very bad at describing it. I would give it about a 7. It's pretty good. It could honestly, and it had a pretty decent ending. Like, it wasn't like it was open ending, but like it wasn't like on a cliffhanger. So Like, it could get a second season, but it could do fine without one. At least from my memory, it's actually been a little bit. Moving on to the next one. Number 3. Sensu no Tempest, or Blast of Tempest. This one is about mages and two very special trees, the Tree of Exodus and the Tree of Genesis. Now, these trees are fighting each other, and how they fight each other is by making mages. Well, specifically, the Mage of Exodus, there's only one mage, but like the Tree of Genesis, there's a bunch of mages for that, and pretty much the Tree of Genesis mages are supposed to protect the logic of the world. Genesis is all about logic and what makes sense, while the Tree of Exodus is a logic destroyer who likes to destroy logic a bit and, spice things up. And let's just say the two just can't get along. They're just butting heads every time they meet. Just walking down the street, there's a fight. All jokes aside, this one is about two boys who lost someone important to them. The same person, mind you. One was her brother, and the other one was her lover. Although the brother did not know the other boy was her lover. They pretty much go around trying to stop both trees. That's the premise of this story. All right, on to the next one. Number 2, Sorcerer, Staff, or Orphan. Now, this one in a world full of magic and monsters, and the main character, Orphan or Corancio, he goes by 2 names, was an orphan who was sent to the Tower of Fangs, which is a famous school for mages who are all orphans, or most of them are orphans anyway, along with his foster sister, Zaylee. And he stayed there until a experiment gone very, very wrong, and his sister's appearance gets turned into a dragon. After 2 to 5 years, he manages to find her again, along with his mentor, and they end up slaying the dragon. Turns out she took over the mentor's body, and she turned out alright, which I have mixed feelings about the sister throughout the whole series. I still don't know if I should like her or hate her, so take that as you will. But overall, I say this one wasn't bad, although the reviews on it don't look like they liked it too much, but I liked it. It was a very good anime. The only issue, though, or a future concern, is if there is a 3rd season. If there is a 3rd season, then depending on that 3rd season, if it's good, then it will raise points. But as of now, it is good. I enjoyed it. Don't know if you will. And on to the next one. Number 1. Yojo Senkai, or Titania the Evil. If you like guns, World War II era settings, you like lollies who used to be men in their late 20s and pedophiles, then you will like this anime. Now, I was joking about the pedophile. We don't really know if he's a pedophile, and he doesn't really come to like the later bits of the show in the movie, so you don't have to worry about that. If you're turning away and because of that. But moving forward, this one is about a man in his late 20s who was in a management position, and he just recently fired one of the employees that worked for the company. While he was waiting for a train, the man that he recently fired pushed him off in front of a moving train. But before he died, all time seemed to stop, and the self-proclaimed God, don't know if he is or not, was talking to him, and this middle-aged man could not believe that this was God, so he named him Being X. And Being X did not like being called that, so he sent him to a world, or into a new world, as a little girl who had to fight the entire world in a world war. So, yeah, as he did it as punishment, or trying to get him to believe, and that's basically the whole plot. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of mixed reviews on this one. It's like, I think it got like a 7 in my anime list. I would rate it like an 8, maybe a 9. For me personally, I don't know. It's just a good series. Because like, I was always on the edge of my seat. It was never boring for me. The only time where I really got, like, I just really got annoyed is when he would make it to where I'd be like, oh, I could finally rest in peace, or, sit and rest in peace. And then, as a joke, God would then send him to the front lines, or her to the front lines. Him, her, it's all the same. That's it. It was pretty good. Would recommend. Best one on the list. Alright, although I don't think we got one like last time. I do not remember. I just booted up this recording. But, even if we did, I'm going to give you through this bonus because I kind of feel bad for not recording in like 4 weeks. So, bonus anime called Senkin Tsukai no World Break, which is about people reincarnating, or warriors reincarnating and fighting evil. That is what this one's about. And specifically, the main character, Morha, has reincarnated 3 times, which is his last time because they can only reincarnate 3 times. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. And it has all sorts of lives, and many girls reincarnated at this time that was his past lovers. Yeah, that was his past lover / sister. I know his sister was in the past. Oh, right, that was in the past. They're no longer brother and sister. And yeah, if I remember this right, because I didn't. Usually I watch it, but I didn't this time. But from what I remember, it wasn't too bad. And it's your typical romance. It's also romance along with action and fantasy. So yeah, there you go. To boot. Alright. I hope you enjoyed this. I know I sure did, because I get to talk more of my lingo instead of writing from a script. That was fun. I don't like writing a script sometimes. It was very annoying trying to read that off. But going with the flow made it so much better. I don't know if you would enjoy this one over the script, but I did. So, if you like and subscribe, and goodbye.